later. Um, I'll post the recording on Classroom, so they have to do is just click it and watch the video. So here's what we're going to do for the next few weeks. We have decided as a school that we're not going to tackle any new topics, any new content. So all we're going to be doing then is just reviewing stuff we've done already. So I just decided to start at the beginning of the year, pull up some questions that are hopefully familiar to you. And I'll use these video sessions as an opportunity to try to refresh your memory. Most of them, honestly, if you look at the formula sheet that's attached, you should be able to kind of figure your way through based on what we've done in the past. So, what I will say this, these should remind you of previous questions you've seen in the past on a test, quiz, or something. But I have changed all the numbers. If you have your old tests and you want to use them as examples, that's perfectly fine. But if you don't have them, then this video review should be all you need to kind of refresh them.
Where's the formula sheet? Oh, never mind.
On this particular one, it's the third page.
Okay.
So typically what you'll get is 10 questions. 5 of them will be context type questions or case study type questions. And then typically 5 of them will be vocab. I left the answer choices off because what I want you to do here, I want you to go through the exercise of attempting to do the calculations, and it makes it easier for you to show me your work, because that's one of the things I'm grading. If I just gave you a multiple choice, many folks would be tempted just to circle a value, an answer, and turn that in. But I want you to show me how you get your calculation, and that's kind of the purpose of this video. Is I want you to walk through the steps of how that should work. Okay. So the first topic we tackled at the beginning of the year was personnel. And so what I want to do now, what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to switch to using my phone as a kind of
Gotta go.
a webcam, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm displaying on my camera, and you can follow along. You should be able to see. Hopefully you're able to see your assignment here. Can y'all confirm that you see that on the screen?
No.
You cannot confirm. You don't see it?
No. All I see is your name and your picture.
All you see is me still?
No, like your little circle thing. I don't know. I think it's you on a camel or something. I don't know what that is.
Okay. So let me go back. Let's try again. Okay. So you see me, or you see my face now?
No.
You don't see anything. What do you see?
I don't know. It's a circle. I guess it's like your little profile thing. It's somebody riding a camel and then your name under it.
Oh, okay. But you don't, okay. So you're not seeing me live right now?
No.
Huh. Okay. Let me go fix that. Let's, video. Well, it says it's using my webcam, and I see my picture, but y'all don't see my picture on the screen. Is that right?
I can.
Huh?
I can see you too.
You
Yeah, I
can
can
see
see
me.
you.
I can.
But yeah,
Okay. So, Shayna, you can't see me?
no,
Why not?
I don't know.
You've got something messed up then. Um, Now I see Jacob on a horse. Okay.
See, that's what I see whenever I look at you.
You see my you
It's a
see
little,
you see my little icon.
yeah.
Huh.
I don't know why. It's okay.
But
Keep going.
but Caleb, you can see my live streaming video, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
But
now I see you.
now you see me. Okay, so now when I share my screen, you should see a copy of our NTI days 14 and 15. Now do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shayna, do you see it?
I see your face.
There's two different McReynolds is popped up on the screen. The one is showing your webcam with the
Okay.
NTI work. The other
Yeah,
one
I
showing
got
your
you.
face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I see.
All right. So I really don't know how well this is going to work. I'm testing it for the first time today, but I think you can get the general idea. The first question is about cost for recruiting. And if you flip over to the formula page, you see the total recruiting costs is advertising costs, interviewing costs, and hiring costs. And when we talked about this way back in the first semester, there were lots of things that were included in hiring expenses like travel and things like that, interviewing expenses, and then advertising costs were those that, where you bought an ad in the newspaper or whatever. This particular question just involves defining what the particular costs are. So all you're really going to do is you're going to take the cost for advertisement, the cost to interview, and the cost for hiring, and then you're just going to add those up, and that'll give you the value. Okay, so that's what I want to see you do when you turn this in. For the second question, this is talking about cost of living adjustments and merit increases, and using a salary table. So this particular employee is a team leader, a level 2 team leader at that. And so her salary would be defined right here. And if she got a 3% living adjustment, we would take 3% divided by 100, and we would multiply that by her salary. And then for the merit increase, we would take 3.5%, divide that by 100. Again, multiply that by her salary there. And then to find the total amount of the increases, we just add those together. But the question is, what's the new salary? So we're going to take that, whatever answer we get here, and we're going to add that to her salary to get the final answer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We pick her salary off the table. We take 3% of that, 3.5% of that, add those two together, and then we add that back to her original salary in order to see what her new salary is. Okay. Mun Fong worked at a medical center for 20 years. And the question really is about annual disability benefit. And if you remember, this was the rather complicated formula here that takes into account the number of years you worked, your expected age at retirement, your present age, the company's rate of benefit, and your final average salary. And if you read through the case here, She worked for 20 years. She was 55 years old when she planned to retire at 65, so she had 10 years left, and her final average salary was $75,908. Okay, so you should be able to take those values and then just plug them into this formula. Recognize here that you've got parentheses, so you got to do this addition and subtraction first before you multiply the rate of benefits, and the company's rate of benefits is 3%, and then her final average salary is listed there. So you should be able to take all those values, plug them into this formula, and figure out what her annual disability benefit is. And that's simply just the amount that she receives over an entire year. Now, how she receives that benefits up to the company. She may receive that in one lump sum. She may receive it in 12 monthly installments, whatever. That's up to the company is how she gets it. But that's how much she gets per year from the company. Okay. So if you go over to question number 4, about the unemployment insurance provided by state and federal agencies, and given everything that's been going on, there's a lot of talk about filing for unemployment these days, and the benefits that you get are different from state and from the federal government, and so the way you calculate that is a little bit different. So one of the things that I want to take a look at is this formula at the bottom, the 3 formulas at the bottom. The amount that the state tax is just the state times the first 7,000 of annual earnings. Okay, so the one thing we want to check here is that Nikki earns $47,000 a year, but her unemployment insurance is only based on the first 7. So as long as she makes $7,000 a year total, then her unemployment benefit will be based on that entire 7,000. So the state tax rate is 4.2%. 4.2%. And we'll multiply that by 7,000.
I just lost video feed of everything.
You know what? Hold on. Let me, I don't know what happened there. See that that's gone off on my screen too. Hold on. Let me try to reset this thing. Huh. Well, like I said, this is the first time I've used this webcam viewer, and I think I'm going to have to find something else. This isn't working. There we go.
There,
We're back now. Okay. No, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so anyway, we'll take 4.2% times the $7,000 for the state. Okay, and that's right off of this formula here. Okay. The federal tax rate gives the states a discount of 5.4. So if the state rate is more than 5.4%, then the federal tax rate is capped at 6.2 minus 5.4, or 0.08%. Not 8%, but 0.8%. But in this case, the state that Nikki lives in, her state rate is only 4.2%. So since the state doesn't tax that high, we'll have to do the difference. So the federal rate is 6.2 minus her state rate, which is 4.2%. So that's 2%. Okay, 2%. And we'll use that 2% to calculate her federal, how much the company pays toward her federal. It's still going to be based on that first 7,000. So we'll take that 7,000, multiply it by 2%, and that'll be her federal unemployment rate. I think these vocabulary terms, if you still have access to the glossary that I sent out back in January, you should be able to look those up and find those pretty easily. But these are the kind of the most important terms that we talked about in this chapter. And so I wanted to refresh your memory of those things and give you a chance to kind of review those before going on much further. So what you'll do, finish all this, we'll, just snap a picture of it, post it on Classroom, and we'll be good to go. Okay. That's what I've got for today. Anybody have any questions?
No, sir.
We all good? So I think you already have the other assignment for this week. You can, once you finish this one, if you want to take a look, I gave you 2 days to complete them. So if you turn it in tomorrow, that's perfectly okay. I know many of you are working, and it's hard to stay caught up during the week. If you turn them in during the weekend, there's no penalty for being late. So just make sure you go ahead and turn them in, though. That's the key thing. Okay? All right. Any questions?
No, sir.
All righty, gang. Well, it was good seeing most of your faces. Some of you, I just see the top of your faces. But anyway, it's good to see you. Feel free to reach out, ask questions later if you need to. If you get stuck on any of these and you need one-on-one, let me know and we'll set that up. No problem.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, we'll be in touch. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Take care.